A new age of lightweight, specialist, very focused model is coming up. I have been covering a lot of specialist models lately, and in this video we are going to have a quick look at GLiNER, which is yet another specialist model for name entity recognition, or NER. NER identifies and categorizes entities such as names, organizations, dates, and other specific labels or terms in your text. Let's suppose you have massive amount of text scattered throughout your organization and you want to organize that text in terms of key or value. With the help of GLiNER model, you can extract keys of your choice and also their values, and then you can maybe simply convert them to JSON or any other format which you could feed to your APIs. So that is how you can bring new level of intelligence to your existing data. In this video, we are going to install this very lightweight model on free Google Colab, and then we will also play around with it and we will try it out on one corpus of text to extract these named entities. I will drop the link to this GitHub repo in video's description, where you can also find these commands which I am going to use in this video. So let me take you to my Google Colab. First step which we need to do is to change the runtime to GPU, which is free. So just click on change runtime type and select T4 GPU. And then to install GLiNER, all you need to do is to use pip install. Let's run it. It's quite lightweight, so won't take long. Let's wait for it to finish. And while it is getting installed, let me also show you the Hugging Face model card for this model, which is GLiNER Multi V2.1. And this is not the only model in this family, there are few others too, and I will drop the link to it in video description where you can find out more. For example, you see here there are few English ones, there are few multilingual ones, there are small, medium, large in various sizes, and even the large one is just 459 meg. That's it. Then that is the beauty of these specialist models, that they are very focused, they are specialist, and they only one thing and do it right, and that is why their sizes are small. Let's go back to Google Colab, and you see that everything is installed now. That is done. Let's import this GLiNER, and that should be fairly quick. Once that's done, we are going to download our model. Let's download the model, and I'm just going to go with the medium one for this. Let's wait for it to get downloaded. It should be very quick because, as I said, it's a very lightweight model. You see just around 781 meg, and that's it. So it should be done very quickly now. Let's wait for it, and that is done. And now let me give it an example text and labels. And this is where you will see the named entity recognition in action. So this is the text. You can of course give it any text of your choice. Then these are the labels which we want to extract from this text. So I'm just using this model dot predict entry entities. I am passing it text, label, and threshold, and then it is returning me entities, and then I'm printing them out text and label. So let me run it. There you go. So you see it has given me these characters, which are, this is a character, this is a location. So it has gone into the text and it has identified that Moscow is the location mentioned in the text. This is Polina Karpakova is actor, Trilby is a character, Miranda is a character, this is a date, and this is what we were asking it to identify, that what exactly is this. So you can extract a lot of stuff just by using this model. So you can imagine sky is the limit here, and you can do a lot of things with it. Let me show you another example. And now let me replace it with another example. So I'm just going to replace this text and label only. In the text one, I'm just giving it the something about the painting by Van Gogh. So I'm just, this is a starry night, and then I'm just giving it some dates, some famous works, that it's a post impressionism, and a lot of other things. And then I am asking it to extract these things from it: person, artwork, location, date, style, museum, and then I'm printing it out. So let's see what it does this time. Okay, I think it is still printing the earlier one. Okay, so I just made that mistake. There's a typo here. Now I have corrected the typo here. So I just made it small t and in that triple quotes, and I have run it, and you can see that now model has extracted it quite correctly. This is the artwork, this is a person, date, and all that stuff. And now in the next example, I have given it a very complex medical text. As you can see, there are a lot of very complicated terminology about diseases, and then symptoms, diagnostic text, medication, therapy, some speciality, and that sort of stuff. And then I am just extracting some stuff from here. So let's do it. Let's see what model does here. There you go. So, and look at the speed of the model. There you go. So that's the person, that's the ear, that's the body part. This is again body part, and then body part. This is the age range. How good is that? You see, this is symptom, this is symptom. This is amazing. This is simply amazing. Look at the data set of this model, such a small size, and look at the data set. And then this is again a therapy. Amazing, amazing stuff. Really impressed by the quality of this model here. And now in another example, let's have a quick look at this legal example. And if you have ever read that legal lingo, it is very, very complex. In this text, it is just a discussion of a landmark case with some of the legal terminologies, some of the case related details, some ages, some location, and that sort of stuff. And then we are just extracting some code, person, location, and that sort of stuff. And you can imagine in a data pipeline how handy that could be. So let's run it and see how it performs. There you go. You see, again, person, this is a case. This is House of Lords is the court. How good is that? And then plaintiff is a person. It's a law, English law. Again, a person. These are the damages. How good is that? This is what I was thinking. So amazing stuff. Amazing, amazing. And these are the products. Cafe Paste is a location. Again, Renfrewshire is a location. New Zealand and Canada, Australia are the jurisdictions. So you see how intelligently it has differentiated between the location and the jurisdiction in the context of this text. This is simply amazing. So that's it, guys. Really impressed by this model. As I said, I'm going to drop the link to this in video's description. Let me know what you think. If you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you're already subscribed, please share it among your network as it helps. Thanks for watching.